Issa naddu issa biex nitkellmu dwar il-Maltese Rugby League. Ovvjament hija sport nistgħu ngħidu ġdid f'pajjiżna, però qiegħed jikseb ħafna suċċess speċjalment bil-miġja ta' ħafna timijiet minn barra li jiġu jilagħbu kontra l-players Maltin għal daqstant anka t-tim Malti qed jikseb onuri barra minn xtutna. Ħanitkellmu bl-Ingliż matul din l-intervista minħabba li wieħed mill-mistiedna tagħna huwa barrani. Welcome to our program. Thank you for being here. With us today, Anthony Micallef, Clifford De Battista and Chris Parker. Can you tell me a bit about rugby in general, rugby in Malta? How long has it been here? Because a lot of people have the impression that it is a relatively new sport.
Well, Rugby League, the first taste of Rugby League came to Malta in 2005 with a team that was made up of Australian Maltese, a touring party of 40 people came across, and 16 of the 17 that actually played were Australian-based Maltese. That has turned around these days to the fact that we've got only 6 players from abroad playing in the Malta national team. The remaining players are from within Malta, and in Clifford's case, from Gozo.
All right. What is the difference between Rugby League and rugby in the general term that we know? Is there a difference? What is it?
Rugby League is based on a six-player concept. So every time you're tackled, you've got to play the ball. So it's like a chicken scratch. Okay. And rugby union, when you're tackled, they continue. They have the rucks, the mauls. So rugby league's designed as more of an entertainment sport. A lot faster than rugby union, a lot more physical, but played for the television. A lot more pace in the game.
So you would need more physical stamina in order to be able to be good at the sport.
Fitter, faster, bigger, stronger.
How long have you been in rugby?
Well, in rugby union I've been for about 4 years now. Rugby league I started very recent, just a few months. We had the game against Norway in June, and that was my first game. We won that game. It was a very, very nice experience, and now we have this challenge with Lancashire, which is, I think, a very big challenge for us, and we look forward to it.
Very good. The fact that these are foreign teams most of the time, probably you won't be able to see how this team plays beforehand. You won't be able to study too much of their tactics. Is it more of a challenge, the fact that you do not know your opponent so much?
Well, certainly, we only realised last week the members of the squad, and obviously we were frantically looking around, you know, through guides and through reports, and to see what we can learn on the team. And it's a very strong team. A number of the players got to academy level, so one beneath the professional league. You know, Chris probably knows a bit more about the standard because he plays 3rd division in rugby league in England. These guys are a representative team, hand-picked from across 3 different divisions or 3 different competitions, and this is their first international tour actually for representing Lancashire. Certainly one of the biggest tests for Maltese rugby in history.
How different is it playing in England, Chris? Versus Malta, of course.
Yeah, it's a lot cooler in England.
The temperature, you mean?
Yeah. So it's a bit, when we come out here, it's quite hard to get used to the temperatures and stuff. But obviously in England, it's a lot of players have played rugby league all of their life. Where when you come to Malta, most people have just played rugby union, so they're still learning the game. So we're doing coaching sessions with them. Anthony does a lot of coaching and competitions just to try and get the players playing the rugby league. But I say these boys from Lancashire, they've been playing they'll have picked up a ball 8-year-old, maybe younger, 5, 6, and they've been playing week in, week out ever since.
Right. Here we're watching, of course, some of your photographs from the various games and training sessions.
That's Clifford.
Oh, that's Clifford there, okay. What's interesting, of course, is seeing the number of players that you have, which is, I think, very interesting, the fact that it's relatively a new sport in Malta, so there is a lot of interest. Can you tell us a bit about the photos, Clifford, that we're seeing here? When were they taken?
As I said before, this is the game that we played against Norway. The game that
everyone's smiling here because you won.
We won, yeah.
That was afterwards. As you said, yes, very well. We have got a lot of players. We had very good support as well.
That's very nice to see.
and we hope that we have the same for the next game, if possible. And obviously, it helps a lot that we've got the support. It makes us even prouder to play for Malta.
Very good. And I think the fact that, of course, there are very positive scores when you're playing abroad helps the fans to be there and really support the team. And winning only comes from hard training. So give us a bit of background. How much training does this sport require?
Well, obviously, we're in different positions here with Chris. You know, he's pretty much training full time, just about. But let's go to the Maltese guys. Guys like Clifford also play rugby union, so has some 2 sessions per week with his club. Some of the players are in the national setup for rugby union as well, so having another 2 sessions a week. They have a game on the Saturday. On top of that, we have another 2 sessions of rugby league and potentially a game on the weekend as well. So you're talking 7 or 8 sessions in a week. That's probably up there with what guys like Chris in the UK, a rugby country, you know, along with Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, probably not doing that much time in rugby. So it's a credit to the local guys who, with all the obstacles of general life, still have to put that much time into rugby. And you was talking about results. The Malta Knights are actually Malta's only national team that are undefeated on Maltese soil. In any sport.
That's quite an achievement. When it comes to organizing these games abroad, of course, there's a lot of logistics involved. There must be a committee working very hard in order to, first of all, gain these opportunities for you to show what you can do abroad, and also to bring these teams to Malta. How does it work? Is there an association to organize all this?
Yeah, we have a board of directors which is greatly located abroad, actually. We have 4 directors based in Australia. We're a big Maltese community, founded the Malta Rugby League back in 2004. We have a director in London that is in Malta this weekend to oversee the fixture against Lancashire. And I am Malta's only director here, looking over operations on the island. It's all, you know, it's a day-to-day communication process, all about what happens basically at our training sessions at Antufiha, Ta'ali, Swatar, wherever the session that may be, and down to the game this weekend, the international.
Do you find enough facilities to use, for example, equipment that you need in Malta? When a sport is starting out, at first it's difficult even to find the equipment that you need for that particular sport. Is it the case for rugby or not?
Well, I think, yes, we still find a bit of a problem. In order to have all the equipment needed, you still need a lot of help from the members or the players themselves in order to get all the things that you need.
How can it improve? How do you feel that it could improve?
Well, obviously, it could improve from many aspects. I mean, I won't go into detail, but finances will help a lot.
We could do some wishful thinking, so
yes,
it's okay.
I mean, if there could be like finances from government, any union or group that could help, obviously, it would be very nice. But it's still a bit hard in order to get that the help that we really need, even in order to pay for the pitches that we train in and everything. You know, they all cost a lot.
Resources are, of course, limited, but every sport discipline, every team tries to gain recognition from authorities in order to have the resources that they need. I'm noticing today that 2 of you are wearing very special bracelets, orange and yellow. Can you tell us why you're wearing these bracelets, Chris?
Yeah, these are just, there's a player, a rugby league player out in Australia, drowned out there. So the whole rugby league community getting together, it's just a sign that really we're thinking of them, you know, like a bit of support out to put that out there.
Actually, to go a step further, they're actually designed by an Australian Maltese, Mike Tracy, whose brother represented Malta in the Olympic Games in cycling. He's a rugby league fanatic and done these in memory to raise money, you know, for the family of Sunny Fai, who played for New Zealand.
And it's nice to see that, although living in different countries, there's still this element of compassion between the players wearing this bracelet to show their emotion towards this loss. Finally, Chris, I know that you had an experience recently in training here in Malta. How do you find the lifestyle of training?
Yeah, it's a lot different in Malta. Obviously, back in England, we've got the facilities. I play in a 15,000-seater stadium. We've got gyms that are attached to everything in the stadium. We've got 3G training facilities. We've got grass fit training facilities, tracks, all just on site for where we play. But when first time I came to Malta, Anthony picked us up, took us to. He says, "Oh yeah, we're training over here. We got there and it was just a park with no grass.
Must have been a shock.
Bit of a shock, yeah. And then obviously there's some good facilities. I say that the pitch at Hamrun, although it's synthetic, it's a good facility. We've played all the games there so far, and the atmosphere that the Maltese people bring, it's beat anything I've ever played in front of. We had the South End core there last game, and they were fantastic. This sang made noise the whole game, and it really helps the players get up for the game.
Concentrate and I think feel motivated as well. Finally, Anthony, when can the Maltese public watch your next game? It's important to have support there.
Yeah, absolutely. We welcome them all. Under 16s actually have free entry on Sunday. It's at 7 p.m. kick-off, gates opening at 6 p.m. at the Victor Tedesco Stadium at Hamrun. Certainly, as Chris said and Clifford said before him, we look forward to having everybody down there. It's one amazing spectacle, even if it's a sport that they've never seen before. Come right down.
It's very spectacular. I think also it's good for people who are interested in the sport, maybe taking up the sport of rugby. They can visit your website on www.malteserugbyleague.com. Thank you so much for being here in the studio, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
So naddu issa għal servizz imħejjem minn Manuel Kassar dwar il-wirja tal-artist Antonio Mifsud li tinsab miftuħa għal pubbliku bħalissa. Naraw flimkien.